I'm Alex Sharfin, and this is the Momentum Podcast, made for empire builders, game changers, trailblazers, shot takers, record breakers, world makers, and creators of all kinds. Those among us who can't turn it off and don't know why anyone would want to. We challenge complacency, destroy apathy, and we are obsessed with creating momentum so we can roll over bureaucracy and make our greatest contribution. Sure, we pay attention to their rules, but only so that we can bend them, break them, then rewrite them around our own will. We don't accept our destiny, we define it. We don't understand defeat because you only lose if you stop, and we don't know how. While the rest of the world strives for average and clings desperately to the status quo, we are the minority, the few, who are willing to hallucinate there could be a better future, and instead of just daydreaming of what could be, we endure the vulnerability and exposure it takes to make it real. We are the evolutionary hunters, clearly the most important people in the world, because entrepreneurs are the only source of consistent, positive human evolution, and we always will be. Promoter. The third level of the billionaire code is promoter. Now remember, this is behind seeker, that $0 to $40,000 entrepreneur, the person saying, how do I stop pressure and noise, who needs keystone habits and to understand who they want to serve. Because when they figure that out, they move on to starter, $40,000 to $100,000. The person who really needs a consistent deliverable and clarity around their avatar. So not just who they want to serve, but that clear avatar where they can pick them out of a crowd, where you know them well enough that you're going to own the avatar. The starter asks, what is wrong with me? Because they want to get further ahead. They want to do more in their business. And they graduate by consistently monetizing your product or service, and then you move into this third level promoter, 100 to 300,000. In the United States, there's 1.7 million, and promoter is the level where now, once you're in starter and you've made it to $100,000, what that means is you're consistently monetizing some type of product or service in a way that people have spent six figures on it. So there's enough, it makes sense that now there's enough validation there that now we need to go find more of the right people to buy it. Here's what happens to far too many people when they get into promoter. I'll warn you, they start obsessing over the product instead of going out and finding more people to buy it. Because early on, I drove around to real estate offices to talk to people and get them to buy our product. When we did our first class, everybody said it was good. They told me how great it was. They told me I should have made it 2 days instead of a day and a half. And so we changed that. But I didn't go modify the product again. I went and figured out how to sell more of the product, because that's exactly what you have to do at the promoter level. Your entire focus is automated lead generation, because you will be working full time. You might be able to get a contractor, an assistant, but at this $100,000 to $300,000 level, the thing that is going to save you is simplifying your product delivery, making it easy, and then getting more people coming in the door so that you can convert them. And in most businesses, it's going to be automated lead generation and then probably you converting them in some way. And that means it's converting them on a webinar, and that's exactly what I did for CDP. So first, for CDP, I never did a lot of one-on-one. I did one-to-many because I went to real estate offices, so I kind of jumped over one-on-one. But I went one-to-many. I met with agents in real estate offices. I did do one-on-one interviews. Then, once I had been in enough offices, once I knew I was converting, then we built a webinar. And I did leveraged one-to-many. We started putting 200, 300, 400 people on webinars. And so that started moving us towards that automated lead generation, to where we knew we were getting people in, to where we knew they were coming into our database, to where we knew that I started putting out, we put out a chart called short sale versus foreclosure. It was downloaded millions of times as a lead gen device, millions, because we used it, the Treasury used it, Bank of America used it, Chase used it. We wanted our logo everywhere. We gave it to everyone, and it was downloaded just from us over 1 million times. And when we look at just one lead generation piece, that's what we rode that lead generation piece for years. And that's how we started to automate lead generation. And as a promoter, that is your focus. Your focus is getting a massive wave of people coming towards you, but doing it in a way where you don't have to spend a lot of money, where you start automating it, where you figure out where those people are and you build a system so that you can attract more of them. And here's the incredible thing that we have today. I've been a professional consultant for almost 25 years. And I've worked with all different types of companies to put products into market. But today, it's like this unfair advantage I've never seen before. We used to have to use TV, and which is like TV advertising is so hard to even see if it had an effect. Then we did radio, and radio was a little bit more targeted. We did trade publications, magazines. So we could get somewhat targeted and get in front of people, but it was so difficult to know whether it was going to work or not and where you went. And today it's the absolute opposite. When you're in this promoter stage, you have this radical opportunity today with programs like ClickFunnels. That's the one I recommend for lead generation because there's nothing out there like it, and it's the one I use, and it's the best program in the market that allows you to put up funnels at a speed that it's insanely fast. And I've been through this road before. When we first started, I used to have people hand code everything. I used to have people do HTML pages. I used to have to hire programmers just to do my marketing stuff. And now with ClickFunnels, you can get a funnel up in under an hour. You can never have used ClickFunnels up and have a funnel up in a day. And you can never have put up a funnel in your life and have a funnel up in a day. And that allows you to go out and see if you're attracting the right consumer, if you're attracting the right person. And so you figure out where they are, you figure out what will get their attention, and then you get them to come towards you. And any business can use influence marketing and online presence and funnels easier than ever before. I see it happen every single day. Because that's what 99% of my clients exactly are doing. Now, there's other ways to leverage your lead generation. There's other ways to make it automated and have it come in. Katie and I have done all of them. We've done referral business. Remax was a massive referrer for us. Century 21 was. Keller Williams, not at the corporate office, but at the regionals, absolutely was. And every major lender was a referral for us. We had affiliates. We had joint ventures where we did webinars with other people. We did events where we went and spoke for other people. We had endorsements. We had partnerships. Like all of those things drive business towards you. But today you have this opportunity that I've never seen in business before, where you can go figure out where your tribe congregates. Like, are they on Facebook? And can you get in front of enough of them so that they will react to the offers you put out there? Can you, and once you can, as long as you know what your cost per lead is and what your conversion rates are, if you're making money, you can literally turn up and down how much money you want to make. That's why today promoter is one of the most intense levels, because the tools available to promoters are incredible. They're beyond anything that's ever been out there before. Literally, ClickFunnels will give you everything you need to get through the promoter stage and then just keep going. And today, there's no excuse for not automating your lead generation in the promoter level, because when I share best case scenario with you, again, the best case scenario is that you automate your lead generation at promoter. Then you generate leads and convert them consistently to graduate. And here's, like I said, you're not going to ever stop lead generation. Any business that you're in lead generation and everything else. But the way the Billionaire Code works is everything I've told you at each level, you don't do it and then stop doing it and graduate. You have to do each thing and then put systems and process and projects in place so that they continue and they all continue to improve, just like lead gen. Because when we had CDP, so I started doing leveraged one-to-many. I started doing webinars. And then from webinars, we started getting opportunities for events. So I carried on my promoter duties with higher and higher levels of leverage, because I started going out and doing major brokerage events with thousands of people. So I was speaking to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people at a time of our avatar. I started doing, we did PR. So I got on mainstream, cable, TV, Wall Street Journal, Inc., Success, Entrepreneur. I still contribute to a lot of those places. And that was massive leverage because now the whole world was hearing of us. So once you kick off in promoter, the rest of the time that you own your company, you're going to have some type of hand in lead generation. And so that's why I say get a handle on it now. Because here's the biggest thing that keeps companies from either graduating from promoter or from getting up to 300, then 400, then 500, then coming back down. Then getting up to 600, then 700, then 800, then coming all the way back down. Is that they figure out a way to temporarily generate leads. Then they convert those leads. They get operationally busy because lead generation wasn't automated. They don't generate enough leads and they come tumbling down. In real estate, you can watch that every single year. In fact, look at the top 10 real estate agents for the past, or top 20 real estate agents for the past 10 years, and you will see that they shuffle almost every year. Like 60 or 70% of that list shuffles every year because of the exact equation I'm giving you. They figure out a way to generate leads. They use it, but they don't continue to focus on it. And then something happens and there's a shift. And so the way to guarantee you get out of promoter is to leverage your lead generation early. Figure out where your leads are. Start to own your avatar. Talk to them. Listen to them. Listen to my podcast on Own Your Avatar that I did yesterday. And you will not only get through promoter, but you will build the foundation so you can build beyond here. Because if you build a $300,000 business where your lead generation is not automated and you don't generate leads and convert consistently, so you either generate leads or convert them inconsistently, and you keep building bigger than this, that will always be your Achilles heel and it will shred you. Because you will always be insecure as an entrepreneur until you know you have a dial somewhere in your business where you can turn business up or down. If you're constantly trying to figure out what's going to come in the next month and you don't have a level of certainty or predictability to that, that will prevent you from getting higher on the Billionaire Code. Now, if you've done it, if you've beat me, if you're sitting there thinking, you know what, I'm at 700,000, I'm at 1 million, and I don't have leverage lead generation. Well, I want you to know then that is your biggest weakness. That is your biggest challenge. Because if something shifts and you can't get people to continue to come into the door, that is where your business has the biggest area of liability. And so if you were able to outclock promoter, usually because you have a higher level, high ticket service, or you have a great deal of experience or expertise in something that allows you to bill at a rate or allows you to generate revenue at a rate higher than most businesses, that's how you can outclock promoter. Most attorneys, accountants, lawyers, doctors outclock promoter. They never get leverage lead generation in place. But because their services are so high dollar, then they start to build a practice or a business. And then if they're good, they start getting referral business, and then their business grows, but they grow on referral, but they never go back and say, wait, how do I generate leads consistently into this practice so that I never have to wonder where my business is coming from? And then if they ever have a period of time where referral business goes down, they hit a panic. And I know because I've coached tons of physicians and doctors and attorneys. I coach several right now. And the key in every business that I coach is making sure you have leveraged lead generation. It's something that I'm working on right now in our business. And if you've gotten past it, then this should be your focus. If you're in promoter, then this should be your focus. Figure out leverage lead generation, generate leads and convert them consistently so you can graduate to the next level, which I'll tell you about next. Builder, that's a big one. It's 300,000 to 1 million, the level just before the elusive 7-figure mark, or as Russell would say, the 2 comma club. If you haven't yet, go to billionairecode.com, answer a few questions for us, and we will send you an entire summary of the Billionaire Code so you can see and understand where you are. Because I want you to stop wasting any time doing anything else than what will move you forward at the most rapid pace right now. Because as entrepreneurs, when we get into momentum, that's when we become truly genius. When we get into momentum and we're lit up and excited about something, that's when we can do more. That's when we can think better. That's when we can accomplish more, achieve more. We feel the chemical high of momentum, and I want you to have it. So if you download the billionairecode.com by answering a few questions, what you will quickly find is where you are and what will give you the highest leverage and the most momentum right now. I'm excited for you to try it out. So go to billionairecode.com, and I look forward to sharing more with you about Builder the next time I talk about the Billionaire Code.